Yo, peace was good. Welcome to another hip hop album review. The album that we'll be reviewing today is Geronimo's first album or debut album, The Natural, released in 1995. For those who don't know who Mike Geronimo is, he's an MC from Queens, New York, Flushing, Queens to be exact. He got put on by Irv Gotti. He found him at a talent show, and he liked what he heard, and then they started making music together. He recorded because what he heard from that talent show. Irv Gotti, when he went by DJ Irv at the time, he recorded Mike Geronimo's first single, "Shit's Real," or in the commercial world, "It's Real." And he talked about how he grew up and all that shit. And then they found it in '93. Then throughout '93 to '95, they released this album right here, Mike Geronimo. Like I said, Mike Geronimo, he was known for his affiliation with Irv Gotti, Ja Rule, stuff like that. The early Murder Inc., when they were known as Cash Money Click. Although he wasn't part of Cash Money Click, he was just affiliated, stuff like that. So thought I should throw that out there. Alright. 12 tracks. That's what the album looks like. Pretty dope cover. You just see him chilling right there, just posing. See his boys in the background, the projects and shit like that. Definitely sets the tone of the album, That's what the album looks like. Right here. You know what I mean? Decent condition. Alright. I bought this back in like 2003, so it's definitely aged. And back in the day they used to do fan club, fan mail and stuff like that. You would actually write what you bought and stuff like that. And sometimes you would either buy it when you enter, when you write these things out and then you just send it out to word. Excuse me.
Yo, I need some ice cream, please. For the nighttime.
Sorry about that. Yeah. When you would fill these out, just mail it out to where it came from, whatever record label it came from. Sometimes, they would write back, or they would send you a T-shirt or some stuff like that. They didn't start doing that again, but unfortunately with the internet nowadays, that's obsolete. So that's a thing of the past. But yeah, pretty dope. You see this dollar signs, you see the the artist part of Blunt Records. All right, yeah. Open it up. Got a dope pic of Mike Geronimo in the background. See the silhouette. See the projects that he's at, whatever the apartments. You know what I mean? Then you got the thanks, the shout outs that he does. Alright. Singles off this album. There's 4 singles off the album. The singles are, I'm gonna tell you guys in chronological order. The first single off the album was "Shit's Real" that I just mentioned before. That came out in '94. That was produced by DJ Irv, aka Irv Gotti. The second single, "Master IC," produced by Buck Wild. Dope video. The third single is "The Natural." Fucking love that song. And the last single was "Wherever You Are." Alright. Not to be confused with the album, the video version that uses the same beat as "What's on Your Mind" by Rakim, Eric B. and Rakim. That was on their fourth album, Those Sorts of Technique. That version is not in this album. That version you have to get on the 12-inch whatever, or you can find it on YouTube, whatever. But at the time you have to get the 12-inch to actually get that version. But I prefer the original, but that's just me. Alright. Like I said, it's 13 tracks. Which is cool. Not too long, not too short, just in between. The producers on the album, Mark Sparks, very dope producer, very very dope. I believe he's from North Carolina, but he definitely has an East Coast sound to it, East Coast sound. He's done a lot of production for Special Ed, Grand Poobah, countless others. And in fact, he came out with a compilation album back in 1996, which is extremely hard to come by. It's rare as fuck, and I'm trying to get my hands on that shit. But yeah, whenever I get that, is beyond me. Anyways, getting back to the producers. Producers on the album, like I said, Mark Sparks, the beat miners of Boot Camp Click, Fame, Black Moon, Mark Sparks again, Buck Wild of DITC fame, Shy Skills of Onyx, that producer for Onyx, that's responsible for the sound of Onyx, especially like their first song, Back the Fuck Up. Very, very, very dope producer, very underrated in my opinion. And he's also from Flushing, Queens too. DJ Irv, aka Irv Gotti. DJ Irv again, Buck Wild again. Beat Miners, Buck Wild, DJ Irv again, Mark Sparks. So they do most of the production, so it's like a nice balance, Alright. Features on the album. Let's find out, let's see. Doesn't say on here. What if it says in the back? Well, whatever. Anyways, talk about the first song of the album, The Natural. It, very dope song. It definitely sets the tone of the album. It definitely gives, like, that song itself, it definitely gives you that, that summer night vibe to it. Definitely has like that nighttime mysterious vibe to it. Very, very, very dope. Like I said, it sets the tone of the album. Really like that song. There's a video for that. I'll post down in the description box. Second track, Life Check. That was produced by the Beat Miners. I thought that song, the song I like, but the beat I thought could have been a little bit better. The beat was a little bit too monotone for my taste. It's a little bit too simple. It's like too basic in my opinion. It's just like a bass. It's like a bass note. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. It's like it's too simple, like too basic. I just wish they added a little bit more, but sometimes less is more. But that's just my opinion. Although I'm definitely against overproduction. Like if it works, it works. But I don't know. I feel like they could have used a different beat or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's all up to the artist what he or she likes. Track 3, Wherever You Are. It's a pretty decent song. Wherever You Are, it definitely has like that. You about to go out with your boys, Friday night. It definitely has that vibe to it. Very, very dope. I like this version better than the album, than the video version that I talked about. That uses the same "What's on Your Mind" beat by Rakim. That was on the Dope Swinter Technique album. Very dope album, by the way. Uses that same sample, but not on this, on the video version. I believe that was the last single off this album, because like I said, there's 4 singles. That single actually came out in '96. Track 4, Master IC, was featuring Royal Flush. Very, very dope. That's actually the second single. Very dope video. Hype Williams did the video. You can tell Hype Williams, like, his from cinematography. Like when you see his Hype Williams video at that time, you can tell just like the way he shoots it, the cinematography and stuff like that. Very dope. Love the video. Takes place like in the projects, whatever, or like in a. It looks like a schoolyard or like a park, and it's like at night and shit like that. You see him and the boy, Mike Geronimo and his boys. Just chilling. You know what I mean? In a cold winter night, it's just so gritty. I love that shit. Track 5, Man of My Own. Very dope album. Very dope song. Like I said, it definitely has like night vibe to it, man. It just sounds like some shit that you about to go murk somebody or some shit like that. It definitely has that vibe to it, like you plotting or some shit like somebody just killed your boy and shit. You just want to take revenge, and then. You just plan it out, you know what I mean? You don't go at it right then and there. You're just thinking about it. You just like, you're angry, you cry out, you know what I mean? Like, that's the vibe I get out of that song. Track 6, Time to Build. It doesn't say the features, but I do remember it. It features a young DMX, a young Ja Rule, and a young Jay-Z. Little tidbit or little trivia on DMX's Earl book that came out in 2004. He talks about that song "Time to Build," where and he talks about how Jay-Z kind of was throwing subliminal shots towards towards DMX, and he talks about that in the song, which I thought was pretty interesting. You know, you would have to really decipher, like, really deep. Like, you would have to listen to the lyrics and see, you know, when you listen to the song, it definitely, you'd have to hear what they're talking about to really get it, you know. But very dope posse cut. Even Ja Rule fucking does this thing on this song. That's when Ja Rule was fucking ill. Like, you know, he was hungry. You know, he was just, you know, because at the time he was with Cashmere, he clicked. That was his group, and you know, he, like I said, you could hear the hunger in his voice, the grittiness in his voice. Same thing with DMX, you know. The beat for that was done by Irv Gotti. Fucking the beat fits that song so well. It's a perfect song, perfect beat for that song. You know what I mean? Even Jay-Z does this thing on this shit too. Mike Geronimo. But to me, I think who had the illest verses to me was, I don't know, because they were all ill, you know. But I feel like Mike Geronimo's shit was kind of, it was okay, but the other three overshined him. You know, in my opinion, shined over him. In my opinion, track 7, "Shit's Real," which is the first single off the album that came out in '94. Very, very dope video. Very gritty. Just see Mike Geronimo, Irv Gotti, and his boys and shit like that, just chilling and flushing. You know what I mean? See him coming out of the bodega, just spitting out like the cigarette, the cigar hashes, the ash, you know, like the ash, you know what I'm talking about, like, you know, to roll up and shit like that. Just see them coming out the bodega, taking out all the fucking leaves out of the cigar and shit like that, about to roll up. You know what I mean? It's very dope. I like it, man. It's just simple, but you just see him just where he came from and stuff like that. Very, very, very dope. Definitely uses that sample. I'm not gonna say what sample it is. Go look it up. It's a very famous sample, but very dope. The way he flipped it, I liked it a lot. Track 8, 3 Stories High. Love that fucking song. That's one of my favorite Buck Wild beats. It definitely has, like I said, getting back to Man of My Own. To me, I would put that as the sequel to Man of My Own, where, like, you know, like I said before, Man of My Own, like the beat, it just has like that, like you about to go get revenge, you know what I mean? But with 3 Stories High, you actually do it, you know, you actually go look out for the killers that killed your boy, your family, that you kill them one by one, and that's the vibe I get out of the 3 Stories High, you know. Very, very dope, very dark. One of my favorite Buck Wild beats that he's done. Very dope. Track 9, Shireen, very dope. Very, very, very dope. It talks about I forgot what that song was about. It's been a while since I heard the album, but from what I got out of that song, Shireen, was just about life struggles, about, you know, girls and shit like that. Just the pros and cons and stuff like that. That's what I got out of that. Track 10, Men vs. Manny, featuring OC and Royal Flush. Dope, both dope MCs. Definitely check out OC's World Life and Jewel's album. I did a review on Jewel's. I gotta do a review on his World Life, which I do have in my collection. And also check out Royal Flush's first album, Ghetto Millionaire, which I do have in my collection. The beat I thought was okay. I thought it could have been a little bit better. I was whatever. Train of Thought, track 11, very dope beat by Buck Wild. Love that sample, that George Benson sample that he used on that song. Yeah, Train of Thought, very, very dope. You know what I mean? Track 12, Things Change, another dope beat by Mark Sparks. Things Change, man. Very, very. No, I'm sorry. I take that back about Shireen. Things Change. It talks about the pros and cons of life. You know, just how things get from bad to worse and stuff like that. And you know, you just gotta learn how to adapt to it. That's what I got out of Things Change. And track 13, Master IC, the remix by the Lost Boys. Didn't like the beat. I thought the beat didn't really. I don't know. It just some of the beats on the album I could have done without. Like Life Check, I could have done without that beat. If it was a different beat, I think I would have liked the song a little bit better. Same thing with Master IC and Man vs. Many. Like but other than that, man, very very dope album, very underrated. Like when you pop this album in, you really capture 1995. Like you really captured New York City back in '95. That when I listen to this shit, it brings you back to Queens when I used to live in Queens back in '95. It just remind me like the summer nights, man. Just like just motherfuckers just chilling on the block, just drinking 40s and shit like that. Just playing, just blasting the latest song in that car, with the system and stuff, like just pumping bass and all that. That's what I get out of this album. Definitely has that. It definitely has that dark. Not dark, but like has like that night vibe to it. Like this is the type of joint that you only play at night. It definitely has that vibe, like where the sunset is falling, is like about to go down, like dusk. Then you play this joint right here, and that's what I got out of this album. Very underrated. I believe this album is actually out of print, but it is out of print. But when you find it. It might be a little hard to find, but when you find it, you shouldn't pay top dollar for this album. But yeah, if you could get your hands on this album, I highly recommend it, man. When you think of 1995, this album should definitely be mentioned because this album doesn't really get mentioned a lot, because when people think of 1995, people think of, The Infamous by Mobb Deep, which I fucking love. Only Built for Cuban Links. Jizz's Liquid Swords, his second album, Far Side Lab Cabin California, which I do have to do a review on as well, stuff like that. But 1994 was a dope year for hip hop, for all coasts, East Coast, West Coast, down south, Canadian hip hop, Midwest hip hop, very very dope, man. I'm glad I own this album. Like I said, if you can find it, definitely pick it up. That's it, man. Oh, and another thing too, it kind of sucks that Mike Geronimo, his career didn't really exceed as it's supposed to be, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't know. It didn't do well for him. I mean, he's doing his thing. He's still doing his thing independently, but who knows, man. Hopefully to hear some new stuff from him. But Mike Geronimo, The Natural, released in 1985. Pick it up if you can find it. That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed that review. Stay tuned for more videos. Peace.